So in mending projects, you're going to have some things that are your best friends. Scissors, thread, pins. Pins, in this case, at this stage of the project, these are my best friends. I have pinned and repinned this several times just to get the right fit of the patch to the jeans that I'm mending. And one of the things about cloth is that it retains memory. That's on an energetic sense, but it's also just literally in the fabric itself. You know, when you wear a pair of clothing, the stitches or the weaving in the clothing begin to pull and conform to the shape of your body and to the things that you're doing. So you notice that in like jeans where the knees start to sag a little bit, or maybe you have holes forming in certain areas because of the way that you are using that piece of fabric repeatedly. And so me cutting out a patch doesn't mean that it's automatically going to conform to the piece of fabric that I'm putting it on, because the fabric that's the original fabric has been shaped to the body of the person who's worn them. But the lovely thing about doing this kind of mending is that it's very tactile, and I really do recommend that you do hand sewing as opposed to machine sewing, because hand sewing keeps your tactile capacity to be able to work with the fabric. So right now I've got one hand inside the jeans and one hand on top, and I can feel the wrinkles and the puckers and the shapes, so that when I'm pinning the patch on, I'm not just sort of trying to make the jeans underneath fit the patch, but rather I'm making the patch fit the jeans. And that way there will not be sags and puckers when I'm done. It will look like it was meant to be a part of the original jeans, as if it had been designed that way. And what's nice is that I'm a part of the evolving structure, the evolution of these jeans. You know, our cloth can have many different layers and memories when you add on stitches and new pieces. And when you do visible mending, it can actually become a part of a talking piece. People might ask you, oh, I see you've mended your jeans, and then you can talk about how you put on a patch that was given to you by your grandmother, you know, in a piece of fabric that you can't use anymore because it has so many tears or rips, but you were able to save a piece of it and attach it to your clothing, and now you have a totally new garment that has some history, a story, a few stories. So cloth as memory, mending as memory, and story. Letting your stitches, your patched on pieces, tell stories of where each of the fabrics have been, where they've traveled. And all the love that you've added or given to that piece that you wear or work with.